in the Brendan-Banfield murder trial in Fairfax County. Today, the jury heard extensive testimony from a blood-stain pattern analysis about the crime scene. And we just heard from Gary Benson, the father of Christine Banfield. Now, we've been following this double murder case for nearly 3 years now.
And Brendan Banfield, as you know, is facing charges in the death of his wife Christine and another man, Joseph Ryan. Banfield is accused of working with the family's au pair, Juliana Perez Magales, to frame Ryan for his wife's death. Our Matthew Torres has been in court for every day of this trial so far and has covered this case from the very beginning.
Yeah, and Matthew, prosecutors tried to present a really important part of their case today.
Yeah, the Commonwealth is trying to illustrate that this crime scene was staged even before officers got there, that Brendan Banfield moved the body of Joseph Ryan. Whether or not that argument is landing with jurors is really unclear. That's because the defense objected to a lot of the prosecution's line of questioning, and in most cases, the judge agreed with the defense. On the stand today, and took most of the day, was the blood pattern expert known as Iris Daly-Graf. She says police body cam footage first showed Ryan on the ground with both of his arms across his chest. One of his hands was covering the bullet hole in his shirt. The expert also testified that there were different flows of blood from Ryan's injuries from his face and neck that indicated he was moved.
But there are multiple flows, and just as a point that only liquid blood flows, dry blood doesn't move. So at the time the blood was wet, that indicates that that portion of the head was in different positions. But each of those separately has to have occurred when that surface was more upright, that is, so that the blood flows down. So the direction of the flow was downward at the time the flow occurred.
Defense attorney John Carroll questioned this testimony. He says that it is possible Ryan had choked up or spit up blood or really forced out of his mouth because of his gunshot wounds.
Is it possible that expirated blood came out of his mouth down on any of those, depending on how the head was facing?
I think if blood is coming from his mouth in a situation where you could have expirated blood, then there could be a volume of blood in the mouth, and that volume of blood could overflow and produce flows, say, down his chin.
Okay, so it's possible.
It's possible.
Prosecutors just about an hour ago rested their case. They're also trying to paint the picture that it was Banfield who transferred Christine's blood onto Joseph Ryan in order to frame him. We'll have more of that story coming up at 6. Guys?
Yeah, more gory details day by day, but I guess it's necessary in a really complicated crime scene like this one.
And the defense trying to poke holes clearly in the
Absolutely.
prosecution's case here. All right, Matthew, thank you.